was going out for the evening, and this very, very handsome young man came and sat right across the bar from me. Had the prettiest smile of anybody I ever saw, and I was smitten.
I think we both were.
So we sat there and probably looked at each other for 30 minutes, and a mutual friend who is a nurse.
I tell this story differently.
She was wandering around the bar, you know.
No, she came over and she said, if you don't come over and meet this guy, he's going to drive me crazy. And she literally took my hand and took me over to meet him.
Because every time she'd come over, I said, goodness, would you look at that? Ooh, my. Anyway, he was a very handsome young man. But we met there, and we're talking about hands on the bar, not under the bar. Your hands had to be showing.
The bartender was always aware of nobody touching each other. Your hands had to be on the bar, but every time that door opened, you really sweated that the police were going to be on their way in. You knew how to get out of there through the back door, but it was just the times.
We did have an experience after we'd been together for a year or two. We were going out that night to a little bar on Madeira Beach called The Gate, which was on the second floor of a building. Anyway, and I was just very, very tired, and I told Lawrence, I said, you know, unless you really want to go, I really would rather go home. And so we did.
We were halfway down to St. Pete.
So we turned around, went back. We were living in Clearwater. And the next morning, the St. Petersburg Times, on the front page of the B section, raid the gate, 14 people arrested. And this was a nice little bar. There was nothing going on there, except they were gay. Jump forward a little bit. We bought a bar on 4th Street South, and it was a country western bar. I told a real estate man, because we were starting to do a little bit of business and practice the law, and I told the guy, I said, I want to buy a bar. I don't want to pay anything for it, but I said, I want nothing down, and I'll pay it out over a period of time. Well, damned if he didn't come back in about 10 days. He says, I found you a bar. It was called Kitty's at that time. And it was a country western place. Well, we took it over at noon, and at 1 o'clock it changed from a country western bar to a gay disco bar. So that was so successful, I wanted to go into competition with myself, so I bought the Wedgwood, or I took over the Wedgwood. 3 times the police came and raided that place, and they did it every time after I had left and gone home.
It was all part of the culture.
Just
Really?
harassment.
So,
Did I convince you?
going back to childhood, you learned how to survive.
My story really is one of, it probably took me some time to accept who I was, but I was very fortunate, even while I was growing up, of it not being a burden to me. I feel extremely sorry for a lot of kids who didn't have the foundation to be who they were, that they felt that they were always being pushed down, and that I know happens a lot.
I think I would want to tell a young gay person that being gay is not the priority, it's being who you are is a priority, and then out of that to do the best that you can do, being that person, because when you act out of that, people respect you, and they realize they don't, there's no judgment on it. Somehow you teach them, and that's what I've learned.